Oh, here we go with this bullshit, man. Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, baby daddy.
Yeah, what's up?
So, I was thinking, I want our baby to, be advanced in life or whatever. So, right now they're doing karate class at the YMCA and it's $300. So, I was thinking, I go half, you go half, and then our baby gonna be, Cobra Kai up in this bitch.
Child support.
I'm sorry, what?
Child support.
Okay, yeah, you pay a little ass child support, but that goes for clothes, shoes, stuff to support the child. This is an extracurricular activity, so it's extra.
Child support.
You said it's saying child support. Like, do you only know them two words? Child support, support child. That, like, what the fuck? What I'm asking you is for something extra to benefit the kid. You don't have to put the money in my pocket. You can call up there and make a payment. Like, directly.
Yeah, but I remember the two words that I asked for, 50-50. And when we try to get that established, you didn't want that. You wanted sole custody, and the judge granted that. So when it comes to child support, he said that as long as I pay my child support, I ain't obligated to do nothing else. So, child support.
I cannot fucking believe this. Okay, so basically because that's all you had to pay for, that's all you only pay for. So if the judge says you only have to pay $20 a month, that's all you would pay. You wouldn't pay 25 or 30.
Here's my suggestion to you. Walmart is always hiring. Fuck out of here. Fuck child support. Feel like a sipping flame. I'm shopping it so every day and night. Being in left dated like a light. Calling me motherfuckers, always trying to fuck and watch your face. I just met her at the eBay. Walking in the rain. She just put me out at night. Feel like a sipping flame. Walking in the rain. She just put me outside. Feel like a sipping flame. Now here we go with this bullshit. Oh, baby, daddy, is trying to sing the water. Me to fight him. I never can or get the fuck out. Turn me into a sipping bullshit. Walking in the rain. She just put me out at night. Feel like a sipping flame. Walking in the rain. She can put me out now. Feel like a sipping flame. Man, this is motherfucking bullshit, man. I met this bitch on eBay. She knew I ain't had nothing going on. She knew I just got stopped by my baby mama Terry. And she said she gonna look out for me. I must got a piece of shit. And I come over there, she got me take care of my kids. Because when they call me a bitch, they fighting and shit. Getting put out the house still. Treating me like shit. All because I ain't got shit. Y'all fellas better learn from this. Don't be no slipping forth like me. Bro, you be shot this sauce. Yes, sir. Now, like a sentence like I've been walking broke, walking in the rain. She done put me out and I feel like a simp and slave. Yeah. Welcome, thought. I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Welcome, thought. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Running around with 6 baby daddies, 5 kids and we thought it'd be another Cooper's Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought, 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 use a thought. I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Use a thought. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Playing a role, not a hole, saying not a thought. You need to see reality, use ability. Ooh, it ought to be another Cooper's Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. Use a thought, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, use a thought, 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 use a thought. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. Bragging about you having a man, but you know you're lonely. Podcast saying that you got all the gold, but baby you have no money. Saying that your head on your head is real, but you know it's not. Wearing some of my that you got from the good old shop. Run around saying baby daddy that, but you know it's not. You don't do to live off the government, that's what you do. You broke up with a good man, you rather be red through. You know you made a big mistake, leaving him for Section 8, even though you left now, daddy. Making your children new happy. Claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like a baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Even though you're living with daddy. Making your children new happy. You're so strong and independent. You was just like a baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Even though you're living on the daddy. Making them your children new pappy. Claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like a baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Shout out to the Cows gang. What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all tuning in. We got to talk about this one right here. Now, I've been talking about Brian McKnight and his children for about 6 years when this first started. And I told y'all it doesn't matter. Even if you call out the truth, you put out the truth, it don't matter. Because they love to go with the narrative of what she said. They're always going to want to go with the narrative of what the manipulated child said. They will always side with evil. They will always side with baby mama terrorism. You can't make this shit up. Now, y'all been around me for all these years. When I first started with the videos from Brian McKnight all the way till, a month ago? Now, the rest of the world, and we talking about the black community, most of them want to side with terrorism. We saw yesterday what terrorism looked like. And motherfuckers want to side with that. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's up here, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe. And if you can't donate, I still got a couch and, a game and shit too. I got to pay off errands around the center. You already know what it is, shit. But I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Anton Daniels, shout out to him, man, because, and that's why I tagged his name, he the one who interviewed Brian McKnight, and he was able to speak his truth. And of course, his ex-wife didn't like that shit. Of course, he's lying. Of course, it ain't true. And my thing is, if he's telling the lies and it's not true, then why don't you file for defamation of character like he did your ass? So this is very interesting. This interview was definitely interesting. There's some things that, I never knew because only Brian McKnight I knew was his music back at One and all that shit. I ain't know about his personal life back in the day. I never knew about his marriage and the situation with his kids until we started talking about it on YouTube when he had to explain himself because they try to make him be a deadbeat ass father to some grown ass adults. So yeah, we're gonna talk about this, man. If y'all ain't subscribed to my other channel, please subscribe to my Victim of Volunteer channel. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it to the top. And definitely appreciate it. But it was an interesting interview. If y'all ain't see the interview, definitely watch on Anton Daniels' channel. It's certain things that he talked about I want y'all to check out. He talked about his marriage between him and his ex-wife, Julie. He talked about the situation with his youngest son, Nico. And we're going to look in the comment section on Instagram about a snippet that Anton Daniels put out there and how people was mad. And I got a screenshot where Julie responded on there and I replied back. I want y'all to understand these baby mama terrorists will go all the way to hell to keep the narrative going about men or the ex-husband or the father, the children being a deadbeat, a lowlife, a piece of shit, an abuser, a rapist, all these different things. They don't care if they caught up in their lie because they know that our society is taught to believe them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk about this. Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in today. It won't be long like yesterday. Shit was 3 hours, but I wanted to see what this dude gonna say, what he had to say. But he was more emotional in his feelings, and but that's what these activists do. Where they usually get into it with each other. They can't even get along with each other, but we're supposed to parade and sit back and try to protect the community. Can't make this shit up. But yeah, so this is where we at now. Ryan McKnight was able to sit down, talk to Anton Daniels about the marriage. He talked about the music business, but we ain't talking about the music business. We're going to talk about his marriage, how they got married. We're going to talk about the child support and the spouse support, and also talk about his situation with his kids and his son, Nico. And may he rest in peace. And I told y'all, baby mama terrorists do not give a fuck about their children. A baby mama terrorists will use their child as a sacrificial lamb to get what they want, to get theirs, to make you look bad. Whatever gender it is, they will do anything in their power to keep it going. If it means killing their kid, then hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We definitely gonna talk about that, man. Definitely gonna talk about that, man. So yeah, man. I hope everybody doing good. Motherfuckers ain't gonna like this shit. Motherfuckers ain't gonna like this shit. Motherfuckers really mad talking about, oh, he's still talking about it? He's still talking about it? She been talking about it. His kids still been talking about it. So why he can't talk about it? It's funny how and we only say kids because they as children, but these are grown adults. When this shit started kicking off, they was grown. So, you know, we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to my man Frank. Yeah, I grow it a little longer shit. You know what I'm saying? I had that a long time ago. It's temporary. I can't grow nothing up top, so I gotta grow something. Shit. But yeah, man, we finna talk about this. And I want y'all to understand that there are a lot of men who are married not because it's love. Sometimes it's business. Sometimes it's because doing it the right way. Sometimes because they family come from a Christian religion or some type of religion. They don't believe in having kids at a wedlock. Sometimes they do it because I want to be around my kids. There are a lot of men who are married and still not happy, but they, you know, they don't want to lose what they got and rather just ride it out. Some of them wait till the kid get 18, 21 years old. Some of them ride it out to death. Some of them, you know what I'm saying? Some of them just say, I'm just going to live miserable and mad. And I'm just going to dip off or just stay in the dungeon downstairs. I'm just keeping it real, you know, because they know that when shit is fan, they the ones going to lose out, not the baby mama terrorists. So we're going to definitely talk about this one. Again, shout out to Anton Daniels. A lot of people mad at him. They on Instagram talking about some, yeah, he don't have a black wife. And I was like, he do got a black wife. Bitch talking about some, oh, she not black. She people of color. Like, man, shut the fuck up. Shout out to these baby mama terrorist convicts. Say anything that sounds good.
You go fuck yourself, convict.
Yeah. Talking about he probably hate black women because he interviewed Brian McKnight, but he married to a black woman. Come on, man. That's what killing me, man. He a sellout because he interviewed a man that's speaking the truth and exposing these baby mama terrorists and his kids, grown as adult kids, and he's wrong for interviewing. Do y'all say this shit to the media when they interview rapists and murderers and savages and shit every day on the news? Y'all don't say a goddamn thing, but an independent journalist say something, all of a sudden it's victimhood. Fuck y'all.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Make that make sense, man. Shout out to Anton, man. So yeah, let me go ahead and get to it, man. What is it? I'm trying to see how. Let me see. All right. The first thing we're gonna look at now, he talked about, you know, about his music and everything, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We here for one thing, to talk about his situation. I did not know he got married when he was 20 years old. He got married when he was 20 years old. That's young. Now, we know back in the day, you know, men got married young, women got married young, and they've been married for 30, 40, 50 years, right? In this day and age, you get married young, that shit usually don't last no more than a year, couple of years, you know what I mean? You know, people still trying to make 1950s all over again. It ain't never gonna happen. What was done in the 1950s ain't gonna happen in 2025, 26, because there's too much bullshit that goes on in our society with these piece of shit ass laws, you know what I'm saying, that benefit these baby mama terrorists. It's not going to happen. More men are going overseas. More men are just, living a fragrant lifestyle. More men are not even bothered to have kids. And that's why the birth rate is at an all-time low, especially in the white community. And, that's why we at where we at today. Now, you got these civic forces that's having 20 kids and 35 baby mamas and shit, but we don't count them. So, it ain't going to happen. But I will say this, the ones that still married, the ones that don't have them issues, the one that got a family and got a good wife, shout out to y'all. It ain't about y'all. It ain't about y'all. So, like I said, this is this part that we're going to start off with. He got married at 20 years old, and I want you to hear what he had to say on why he got married and how this shit came up. Very interesting. Check it out.
At that early of an age, how old were you when you went on your first tour?
I was 22.
And then how old were you when you first got married?
20.
How does that work? What does that look?
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because people today with relationships are really a big thing. You have women decentering men today. You have men red pilling and saying, you know what, I see what the reality is, and I'm not really sure I want to do this, because just as much as I want to get married, I'm just as fearful of divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, it seemed like it was a lot different, and maybe it was just because we didn't have social media. But then you factor in the fact that you explode after you get married, right? So what does that look like? How did you meet your first wife?
So let me preface all this by saying that I hope, and the reason why I decided to do this with you, there might be a dude out there right now who can learn from all of my mistakes. And that's what this is about. It's not about airing out this or doing that or talking. This is, two men talking about how men who are now older can mentor these younger guys into not making, a smart man learns from his own mistakes and a wise man learns.
Let me preface this by saying that we never talked about this on the phone. And
never.
We've had numerous conversations on the phone. As a matter of fact, I want to let you guys in on a little secret that when we were introduced to each other and when we started interacting with each other, we never talked about interviewing. We never talked about sitting down. And this has been over a couple of years, I believe now. Yeah. And so we just have a normal, organic friendship / relationship, connected by different things that we see happening in popular culture, so on and so forth. So us sitting down right now is really a surprise, probably to you and me, because I think that it's an opportunity for you to tell your story, considering, and I want to hear the whole story, considering all of the narratives, that's been created. And that's why when I'm asking these questions, I'm asking it because I want to get to the foundation before we get to the truly understand where we at, right? So how did you meet your first wife?
Our two families are two prominent families in the Black Adventist Church.
Okay.
We both met at the college where I was going to school. She came, I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating, whatever. Long story short, the next year she gets pregnant. And because these two families, this is back when shame was a real thing.
I know, yep, I get it. I already know.
And that whole school year, I'd been in the studio every day. I was this close to a deal. And I told my mother, like, listen, if I can stay here with my aunt, if I don't get a record deal by my birthday, which was June, she's back home, she tells me she's pregnant and that she's going to get an abortion. Right? I'm like, yeah, we should probably do that. I mean, you're 18, I'm 20.
Yeah.
Why would we? I'm just about to start this whole thing. Maybe this is the route we need to go. And she agrees. And we have this whole thing. She goes by herself, crying thing, whatever. I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. I'm going out to sign my deal in California because I got it the week before my birthday. My birthday's in June. Got the deal the last weekend in May. I fly out. She picked up some weight. I'm like, we need to go run. We need to do something. She's like, no. When I leave there and get back to Huntsville, that's when she called me and said, actually, I didn't have the abortion.
Did you suspect that she didn't?
No,
you were of the impression that she had went through with it.
Yeah, because when we started dating, she told me about an abortion she had when she was in high school.
Gotcha.
So this was not.
Whoa. So I want y'all to check this out. You heard what he said. So they was dating, and she got pregnant. She said she's gonna get an abortion, but she decided not to do it and didn't tell him till after the fact when he gone back on the road. My body, my choice. But did you hear what he said before I paused it? She knew about abortions because she had one already. You can't make this shit up. She had an abortion already. This ain't the first time around. She had it before. And he said it. Both his family come from a prominent church, Seventh-day Adventist, I believe. Adventist. And she's having abortions and shit. She know about this. Y'all heard it? Let's continue.
The first time this happened.
Yeah.
And I've said all this before, so I'm not.
Yeah. It's not new information.
It's not new. It's not new information. So now I'm like, I got to tell my mom what's going on, because now we're past the time for all that. We got to figure out what's going on.
You hadn't signed your deal yet.
I signed my deal.
So you signed your deal.
I signed my deal.
Got you.
I'm signed. I'm good to go.
Do you think that played a role? Was that a factor?
We'll talk about that in a second. Okay. I don't think so. I think there's a whole other sinister thing that happened, in my opinion. But my mother, who played the piano and was singing in the choir every week, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if your kid has a baby out of wedlock, you no longer can hold any church office. You can't sing up in front. You can't do it. You are held responsible for whatever the kids do. This is what happened when we played sports, because you can't play on Friday night. And all the football games and basketball games are on Friday nights.
Yep.
This is what I remember vividly. I'm scoring touchdowns, and the pastor calls my mother into the study. It's like, your son is in the paper on the Sabbath scoring touchdowns. Now, if you want to continue to be a member in good and regular standing, that's what you're gonna have to figure this out. So that was that, and it happened to all my brothers. I thought that enough time had passed for me that would be the case. This is the same situation. So I honored my mother, and I tried to do the right thing with a woman that I hadn't even known a year yet. We got married in September.
Wow.
Baby in November.
I tell guys all the time that the person that you lay with and or have a child with is a person that you are essentially going to be connected to the rest of your life.
Right.
Virtually. And I tell them that it's probably more important for you to pay attention to who you have a child with, because I see a lot of people, they are concerned about divorce. They're not necessarily concerned about who it is that they have a child with. So you telling this story, but then also at the same time doing the quote unquote right thing, because I was born and raised in a church also. And so it was the same thing as far as the different things, different people that came back and forth. And if you was gonna lay with her, you was definitely gonna marry her. Now, all the way in 2025.
Here we are. Yeah.
I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand what he just said. He married her because he had to, because if not, his mother wouldn't be able to be at the church practicing. I guess she would got kicked out of church. She wouldn't be able to do anything there, run anything, because they was definitely back then strict about having kids out of wedlock and doing certain things. So I want y'all to understand that when he said in the past that his kids came from sin, maybe that's what he's talking about. He didn't have a kid because it was planned. He had a kid because she kept it. This is why, men, it's very important that if you do not want to have a child, use a condom.
And if you don't use a condom, at least get your shit fixed. Because just because she tell you she's gonna abort the kid, don't necessarily mean she's gonna do it. And then now you wonder why you going to court, why you getting a DNA test and all these different things. So y'all just heard it from Brian. He just said it. First kid, pregnant. His ex-wife had an abortion already, from what he said. And so she knew about it. But she told him that she was going to do it. She lied and said that everything's cool, but then told around when he went back to do his music in the studio that, hey, I didn't abort the kid. Let's continue.
Yeah.
So you sign a deal, but she's still in California.
No, so once I signed the deal, the label that signed me, which was Mercury Wing, was in California.
Okay.
So I moved to California, and she and I and the baby lived with her parents.
So that's how you ended up in California, essentially.
Yeah, I didn't have to go to California, but you know, I honestly really tried to do the right thing. It didn't work for my dad. It didn't work for me.
What was the relationship like, considering that your life was changing? You were now in the music industry. You know, you were going in a whole nother direction. You had to tour, you had to promote, you had to do all of these different things.
Well, interestingly enough, I was just writing that.
Okay.
So I was flying back and forth to Huntsville. And we had sort of an agreement. You know, you handle this part. I'm not changing diapers. I'm 20 years old. This was not what I expected to do.
Mm-hmm.
You made this decision. You're going to handle that, and I'm going to handle this.
Yeah.
But remember, at this point, I'm making like $400 a week writing songs.
Yeah.
But that's not how you want to start your life, married to somebody with a child.
Yeah.
It wasn't, but I wasn't concerned about that. I was getting my dream off the ground.
Do you feel like it hindered you a little bit because you had to be concerned about what was going on at home just as much as you were concerned about what was happening in your career? And I ask this question because, again, I want people to really take something from this, because I think that a lot of times, even today, with all of the learned lessons and all of the conversations that we have, we don't lean on the lessons from people that's already been through it. And a lot of people are just laying up with each other, and they're not really taking into consideration the consequences or how much more difficult it's going to be for them to achieve whatever it is that they believe that their purpose is, you know, once they get with that girl and once their lives are changed forever, because you can't take back what it is that that you're into. Do you think that it was a conflict, you know, at the time, because you're so young and you still got to focus on home, but then at the same time, you're still trying to crank out this career and write these songs and do what you ultimately came to do, which is become Brian McKnight that we all know and love, right?
I don't think I was concerned at all.
Really?
Anton. I think when you make that bargain, you say, hey, you're going to take care of this. This is your responsibility.
Mm.
And they say, got it. And you go and you do what you have to do. You're expecting that to be the case. What we don't realize is that people will tell you whatever it is they want to tell you to keep you there, or to make it seem like, until that first argument, or until, then the real thing starts to come out. But by then, you're looking at your life, you're like, well, and I had this conversation with my mother, like, why did you have me do this? You tried this, it didn't work. Now you got me doing it.
Right.
And it was tough, but I'm already in it. I'm in it. And that's, the reason why nobody knows this, because it's not in any of these books that are out there.
Right.
We separated 4 times before we ended up getting divorced ultimately anyway.
Really? How far into the marriage was would you say the first separation?
2 years.
Because you were married for what, 13 years?
Yeah, 13.
And so 2 years in, there was a separation.
Yep.
And then you come back, and then it's another separation.
Yep.
Wow. So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids.
Because it almost seemed as though the way that we're framing this, it kind of seems like an arranged marriage to an extent because of the kids.
Yeah. Listen, you're torn, because I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this before, and people got so mad that this obligation that just because you lay with somebody now, it's sort of an 18-year sentence of some kind, or beyond that, because it's forever. And there's resentment there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you do have these children, and you want to try to do your best to do right by them. And in a couple of those separations, especially with the younger child, he didn't know me.
Mm.
So you heard what he said. He basically said he didn't love her. He married her because his mama said so, and he did it trying to do it the right way. And look where he at today, trying to do it the right way. And you know, a lot of us have did things, quote unquote, trying to do it the right way. You have a kid by somebody, and y'all just messing around, and she get pregnant. You wanted a kid down the line, or you know, you wanted to be a father, and you decide, hey man, well let's live together and let's start a relationship. And then that shit don't work out, it get worse than what you thought it was gonna be, and you at where you at today with these baby mama terrorists, or turn around and you know, you decide that, hey, you know, you pregnant, all right, well, I don't believe in abortion, you know, I want to take care of my kid, and you try to do it the right way. You might care about this woman, you actually want this woman, but she don't want you, and it goes left because you want to do it the right way. Shout out to John L's, bro. Triple L, what up, G? Now, yes, and I agree with you, fam. I agree with you. Brian McKnight should have known better. But you got to understand, he did it because his mama said so. You know, mama can't say nothing wrong. Mama can't do nothing wrong. Whatever mama say is always right. And you heard what he said? She tried it with my dad. That shit didn't work. So that means she was pregnant by his father, and knowing he was messing around or he wasn't trying to be faithful or vice whatever. And they tried it and it went left. See what I mean? Yeah, son husband decision making. He was a son husband. Ryan McKnight was a son husband. Son husband. Whatever you say, mama, whatever you say, mama, whatever you say, mama. Mama can't be doing nothing wrong. But now he in the trenches, going through the bullshit. Now he like, why you do me like this, mama? This shit ain't work for daddy and you, so why would you put me in the same shit? And like he said, they didn't have kids out of love. They had it based off sex. So, yeah. So understand on where we at. You know, this one he was 20 years old. He was separated 4 times. Now, let's talk about what he had to give up in his divorce, because he ended up getting divorced. He was married for 13 years. So check this out.
Using the right weight matters.
Not a commercial gonna pop up.
Way to.
Did you, and I'm okay if you don't answer this question, do you feel like you got taken to the cleaners financially?
No.
You don't? Why you say that?
Because it could have been a lot worse.
How were you able to get through it without it being as bad as it could have been?
Because I'm a really, really, really smart guy.
Yeah, I understand.
And I played the long game.
Okay.
I made sure to her as I could.
Okay.
Without giving up anything that I didn't assume I was going to have to. So
did you lose any? Because a lot of times for us regular people, right? For us regular folks, you know, we have pensions and 401ks and all of these type of things.
Right.
For someone like you that has, you know, you're a writer and publishing and all of these different things. Did you have to give up any of that?
Yeah, so that's the only part that stung. I had to give up a percentage of the songs that I wrote during the marriage.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That hurt. That hurt because I wrote those.
Yeah.
I wrote that. But at the same time, she could have taken the house.
Mm-hmm.
She could have taken the other property. So ultimately, I can write more songs.
Right, right.
But those ones, those big hits. Now you say we should have separated earlier. We should have separated in '95 for good.
Yeah.
Because that's that anytime back at one superhero, that isn't a part of the deal. But, you know, what I thought at the time was, and of course it's a double dip. You're getting spousal and child support and a piece of these. So, you know, the revenue that I would be using to pay those, now you're getting a piece of that too.
So wait a minute. You had to pay spousal support,
Mm-hmm.
you had to pay child support,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to give up a percentage of your songs.
Yeah.
Hey, now that's an unfortunate situation. He was married for 13 years. He had to pay spouse support. He had to pay child support. And not only that, he got to give her a percentage of his songs. And we talking about the songs back in the day, Anytime, Back at One, Superhero. Bruh, you can't make this shit up. But he said that it wasn't an ultimate loss because she could have got more, the houses and properties and stuff like that. So, but Cow's Gang, you remember what happened with the Bernard Hopkins? He had to give up his championship belts to his wife and shit, going through the divorce. She didn't fight in the ring. She didn't take the punches. She didn't take the bleedings and going to the hospital and shit. But she got them belts. And this woman didn't write no songs. She wasn't part of the music. She wasn't a producer. Hell, you weren't even a videographer. You weren't even dancing or shit with his music, but she get a piece of his royalties. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up, man. Shane Mosley. Sugar Shane Mosley, yeah. So this is why in this day and age, a lot of men are saying, fuck get married because you're not finna sabotage my life and my livelihood. Now, mind you, he's a multimillionaire, so he can afford to pay what he paying. But like Anton said, the average person, man, got pensions, 401ks, and the bitch getting half of that shit, and I'm the one who bust my ass to work and do what I have to do with my job. Let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X, man.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Look at that time face, like, really. And, you know, that's an unfortunate situation. But he said it could have been worse. So shout out to Brian McKnight for able to, you know, look at it like, shit, it could have been worse. And he said it could have lost other investments and properties and stuff. I get it, but your works, though, something that you wrote, that you put out there. Let's continue.
Oh, yeah. My God.
Ooh.
The love you are actually going to.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Let me get back to where we was.
Obviously.
Did you, and I'm okay if you don't answer this question.
Let me fast forward.
Do you feel like, unlike you, that had,
she could have taken the property. She could have, so ultimately I can write more songs.
Right, right.
But those ones, those big hits, now you say we should have separated earlier. We should have separated in '95 for good.
Yeah.
Because that's that anytime back at one superhero, that isn't a part of the deal. But, you know, what I thought at the time was, and of course it's a double dip. You're getting spousal and child support and a piece of these. So, you know, the revenue that I would be using to pay those, now you're getting a piece of that too.
So wait a minute. You had to pay spousal support.
Mm-hmm.
You had to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to give up a percentage of your songs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know how you feel like you got ahead then. That's what part I'm trying to figure out. Is it just because she could have took more?
Yep. In California, it starts at 50.
Bloating, pooping issues, low energy, or a weak immune system? Your gut is telling you to do something. It needs help, and it's not just a probiotic. Most people start there, and that's understandable. They grab a probiotic hoping it'll solve everything. And sure, it might help a little after a long time, but the results don't stick around. Here's why. It's because probiotics can't do their job alone. For the best, most powerful results, probiotics also need prebiotics.
It starts at 50?
At least then it started at 50, and then they start seeing what else they can take. So that wasn't anywhere near 50% of what I was worth.
Yeah.
So I felt like,
Those are still your babies, though.
They are my babies. They are. But I couldn't, once I write them, they actually belong to the public.
Yeah.
From that perspective, from a sentimental standpoint.
Mm.
And because there was no emotional currency in those songs, it was really just how I funded my lifestyle necessarily.
Yeah.
And even when I say that, people get mad. You mean to tell me that wasn't written for someone? Like, no.
Mm.
The whole point of me learning to write songs was, if I'm waiting on emotional currency, I'm gonna get writer's block, because nobody can live that much. I have 20 albums.
Yeah.
In the relatively short period of time. So I just write. I'm a product of every environment that I'm in. And it wasn't until I met my wife, Leilani, that
Your
I
current
actually
wife.
started, I started actually using emotional currency as the fuel for the songs that I write.
What year did you meet your current wife?
All right, so on here he talk about his wife, but we ain't gonna get to the new wife. You know what I'm saying? He moved on, he's happy, he's married, doing good as far as that go. We ain't talking about that. We just talking about the ex and his children. So we finna jump to how his ex-wife was and his family. They was blended family. They was doing good until something happened in Detroit. So we finna go to that.
This is who
your son was on the internet talking and going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the world.
I keep doing the same shit. My bad.
Your son was on the internet talking and going back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess telling his version of the story. How did this come about? Like, how did it come about to where, because I know it was in my hometown, I believe, where all of this kind of just blew up, right? In Detroit. And I believe you were there for a show at Motor City Casino, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And you had performed there multiple different times.
Had a yearly contract, sometimes twice a year.
Yeah.
There.
And it's almost like, for whatever reason, your past or the children that you had in your past somehow, some way came back to haunt you. As you were blossoming in this new relationship and in this new marriage where you head over heels with this woman. How did that come about? Because I did research, but I can't quite pinpoint where the turn happened and how that came about from you.
Before we go on, he's going to talk about his oldest son. Remember I told y'all when we did the last video a month ago about Brian McKnight, and the son came out and said he knows it's his fault on how all this shit started. Remember he said that he did it 6-7 years ago when he came out saying he never did nothing for them. He abandoned them, deadbeat, and all that stuff. He is the reason for all this today. He is the reason for all this today. Posting online saying he wasn't a father. He abandoned us for his other kids, the new kids, the step kids, and all that shit. He's gonna explain to you about that. And the unfortunate situation is it started with his son. It's his fault. But the person who mastermind all this, the baby mama terrorist. Understand that. So he's finna talk about that again on how this all started. Again, his oldest son started this shit, and this is why we at where we at today, 2025. You can't make this shit up.
Your perspective, how did that come about?
So I told you we split from the first marriage in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
We divorced in 2003.
Okay.
So in 2003, my two sons from that marriage were 14 and 11.
In 2003?
In 2003.
14 and 11.
14 and 11.
Okay.
When they turned 18 and 15, in that space, It was birthdays. It was summers with me. It was holidays with them. And even once, I think in 06, I had her and her whole family come stay at my house for Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys weren't
No.
clashing
No.
from
No.
from 2003.
The only clash we had was when the older one decided he didn't want to be in school anymore.
Is this the oldest one?
Oldest, yeah. He didn't want to be in school anymore. And I told her, it's like,
And you were paying for the school?
no, they were going to a fantastic public school there.
Okay, got
in
you.
Raleigh.
Okay. So they weren't in college at the point where he
No,
was.
they were in high school.
Okay, I got you.
and middle school.
I got you.
She decided to take them both out and homeschool them.
Okay.
And I said to her, you know, this is not the decision that you need to make.
So, okay, before we get into that,
Right.
though, the co-parenting
Right.
between you guys,
Right.
no problems
No
whatsoever.
problems. None.
Because it was quiet on all fronts
None.
up until recently.
None.
Okay, so
No
you guys
issues.
were co-parenting.
Yep.
She had moved on with her life.
Right.
You had moved on with your life.
Correct.
And then now, the oldest no longer wants to go to school.
Doesn't want to go to school. Because
And then
remember, she took them from LA with all their
Correct.
friends, took them to North Carolina.
Was that against your will or?
No, I didn't want to cause any problems. I understood that, you know, you're getting $18,000 a month. It's going to go way.
Wait, I'm sorry. How much?
Oh, I didn't tell you how much?
How much were you paying?
$18,000.
Is that child support and?
$10,000 spousal? Wait, $8,000 spousal, and then 5 and 5 for the 2 kids.
Okay, wait a minute. So
Okay.
how long were you supposed to be paying spousal support?
So the spousal support was supposed to go until the younger one turned 23.
Did y'all hear that shit?
$8,000 a month until the youngest.
To do it a lot, but
I'm sorry, I keep
The government is banning this.
I'm sorry, I keep actually pressing this button, but I'll straighten it out. But did y'all just hear what he said? $18,000 a month. $18,000 a month. Spouse support, child support, and also he had to pay that shit till the youngest one was 23 years old. And he said something when I watched this whole video. He said something that North Carolina, I guess you'd be on child support longer. See, I know Florida, I know New York, California, I believe too. But I want y'all to understand that in North Carolina, I'm about to look it up, but he didn't have to, he had to continue to pay child support, $8,000 till the youngest was 23 years old. 23 years old. Now, what I don't be understanding is, how do y'all have all this money? I'm talking about you baby mama terrorists. How do y'all have all this money and still be broke? How do y'all have all this money and still don't have nothing to show for it? How do y'all have all this money, lose the money, and then still call the man who's paying you alimony and child support a broke man? I don't get it.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
I don't get it. I don't get it. But that's a lot of money to be paying. $8,000 in child support. He had to pay more spouse support than child support. But imagine now, here's the difference between him and everybody else, Cal's gang. He paying $18,000 a month. He making millions of dollars. He making millions of dollars. So him paying $18,000 a month, he did come up. He did come up. He came up because she could have got 50% of his shit. So for him paying $18,000 a month, it ain't shit. Somebody like us, we'll be dead. But $18,000 a month, free, tax-free, and you still struggling, broke, and don't know what to do with yourself. Okay, let's continue.
on with her life.
Right.
You had moved on with your
Correct.
life. And then now the oldest no longer wants to go to school.
Doesn't want to go to school. Because
And then
remember, she took them from LA with all their
Correct.
friends, took them to North Carolina.
Was that against your will or?
No, I didn't want to cause any problems. I understood that, you're getting $18,000 a month. It's going to go way.
Wait, I'm sorry. How much?
Oh, I didn't tell you how much?
How much were you paying?
18,000.
Is that child support and
10,000 spousal? Wait, 8,000 spousal, and then 5 and 5 for the 2 kids.
Okay, wait a minute. So
No,
how
okay, so
long
it's 10,000
were you
child
supposed to be
support,
paying child
8,000
support, spousal support?
Okay.
So the spousal support was supposed to go until the younger one turned 23.
$8,000 a month until the younger one turned 23 years
Right.
old.
Yeah, but that's also including his child support. So it would have been 13,000 until he turns 23.
Wait. But I thought that child support would end when they turn 18.
No. I agreed to that because I had a lot more going on at the time.
That's highway
than what-
robbery. I'm sorry.
It was, but it was nothing compared to what it would have been. So it
I'm
made
sorry.
sense.
That's highway
Made sense.
robbery.
But listen, it gets even better than that. So
That's more than $200,000 a year.
Yeah. It's right up there.
And that's what I'm saying. $200,000 a year. What is y'all doing with all this money? I never understand. See, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all baby mama terrorists for the ones who get $10,000 a month, $18,000 a month, $20,000 a month. How do y'all end up with nothing? How do y'all end up talking about I need more money in child support? The kid 18, now you want more money. The kid finna be off child support, you want more money. I don't get it. You still ain't got shit to show for. You is not even saving some of that money for your children. So when they get 18, you can say, hey son, I saved you $50,000. I saved you $20,000. Hell, I saved you $5,000. But y'all say it's all about the kids, right? Yeah, okay.
Shit.
Yeah, okay. It's all about the kids. Even these baby mama terrorists that make 6 figures that got a career and they get child support. You think they save that money for their child, put it up for them? I don't need this money because I make good money. So I'm just going to put up for them. When they get 18, they'll have at least $15,000. You think they're going to do that?
Shit.
A lot of baby mama terrorists actually tell everybody, no, I'm just getting the money back that he owed me for the money I put up.
Shit.
I told you, it ain't nothing about the kids.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Continue, Brian.
It's right around that. So when they turn, so that's going on from 14 and 11 till 18 and 15. So the oldest turns 18. He wants to come back to California.
Mm-hmm.
So I say to her, listen, I don't want them to be.
I have no idea who came up with the idea to get me this, but it's genius. It's 2025, and some people
Be separated. They want to be in music. They're getting good. I'll take them both back. But I'll continue to pay the child support if you're worried about not getting that extra.
Wait. So you were willing to continue to pay the child support, even though you were also willing to take the children in?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The older one, when he turned 18, that 5,000 stopped. So now it's just 13.
Yeah, but I mean, that's just,
Right.
that's standard procedure. That has
Right.
nothing to do with you.
I was concerned.
Did y'all hear what he said? I want to make sure y'all heard exactly what he said. Brian McKnight said that, yeah, his son was 18, so ain't no more child support. That shit's gone. The $5,000. But his youngest son, he's still paying child support. While he's living with his father. You can't make this shit up. She never put. I wonder did she write that in her book? Did she? You think she put that in the book that he had both the kids and one of them was still on child support and he was still paying her the money? You think she wrote that in her pussy ass book? That he did take the kids and he was still giving me child support. Nah, because it won't fit the narrative, piece of shit. See, how many brothers had your children and you were still paying child support? And that's the deal. Well, if you ain't gonna try to fight for child support to be taken off, then you can have them. I ain't tripping. You can have them, no problem, as long as you pay that bread. But as soon as he would have said, I want to go back to court, I've been having it for 6 months and all that shit, then all of a sudden she would have said, bring my kids. She probably called 911. She would have fucked around and went back to court, said, I need more money. All this fuckery shit. So this man had his kids and still paying child support. And you think she gonna say, well, since you got the kids, Brian, I'm gonna go ahead and take you off child support. You think she would have did that? You think she had a thought process to do that? Shit. Yeah, Brian was being generous, but I guess Brian looked at it like, well, $18,000 or $8,000 with all the money he have, he probably looking at it like, shit, this bitch can get more or try to get more. So maybe like, I just keep it the way it is. I'm not even finna go to the courts. You got to understand, a lot of men do not want to go back to court. A lot of men don't need no courts in their lives. And all that's going to do is open up the door for them to look and see what money he got. Oh, man, it's been 5 years since you've been here. I'm sure you got more money for your music. I'm sure, don't you got a hit song coming out right now? Don't you got a hit song that's on the radio? I think you got more money. I think we could raise that child support. You got to understand that. And it's like, why bother? Why even go back to court to let them start looking at your shit? Fuck her, looking at your shit. Now all of a sudden, now you want to give her $25,000. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, fuck that shit. Keep it the way it is. I ain't hurting. I ain't struggling. I'm making 5 times more money. I understand where he coming from. And Kevin said it happened to me for 8 months. Yeah, but you know, they ain't gonna never say that you did that. They'll say you supposed to do that. But let's continue. Let's see what he got to say.
Concerned that she would say no, because the plan that I had for them, since they weren't going to go to college, that they wanted to be in music. I'm on tour. I'm on several world tours at this point. She agreed to let them come back. She continued to get her money. And I took them all over the world with me because I said, listen, you didn't grow up like me. I grew up singing in front of people, in church, everywhere. You guys have learned in the studio and you're great, but you need to know what it's like to be out here on stage, to know the grind of having to have lobby call and be on time, the grind of having to do sound checks and be there and perform and do so. Come out with me. I'll have a section of my show where you guys come out. I can introduce you. You can start to feel what it's like. And we did that for a while, a good while. Right up until there's so much going on at this point. They're back with me. They, every day I have about 20 kids in my house, just on the floor. There's weed. There's all this other kind of stuff going on.
So wait a minute. So they're with you.
They're with me.
But now they're starting to get out of control in a sense.
In the midst of all of this, I got these jokers in my house who will show up, come in and not even speak to me. Like, hey, Miss McKnight, thank you for having us or anything like that. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The things that are going on. Both of their girlfriends are living at the house, along with all these other people who just, sleeping on the floor, sleeping,
So they're living like rock stars.
Oh yeah, completely. Because when I'm gone, my cars are there, my bikes are there, everything,
because you're on tour.
I got to lock everything down. I got to remember, because but they all have their own cars. That's the other thing. We'll get into that in a minute, but things just started getting out of control. So we did a tour where it's my brother from Take 6, my 2 boys, and myself. It's sort of like a McKnight. We're going to, the next phase of what we're doing. We got 4 shows left. We come home, and the 2 boys say, we miss our girlfriends. We ain't going back.
Oh, hell no. Wow.
We're done. We're done.
Wow.
No.
Wait a minute. So I want y'all to understand that they wanted to do music. He had them on tour. He was showing them the way, and this how it go. And, let's be real. Doing the music, it looks like it's fun and everything, but it's definitely serious, and it's about business. And now they talk about they want to come home because they miss their girlfriends. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. You know, they didn't want to do the tour when they only had 4 more shows to do. But at the same time, you know, they was 18 and 20, 23, 22 years old. So, I mean, I can give them that grace. They was young. They still want to live their life. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't say you want to do the music business. You want to do music. You want to put out your talent and skills, help me out, Pops. But then you don't want to finish the tour. I mean, I'm just saying. D-Mac says, simp sons. Let's continue.
No.
The promoters, everything's like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to go do the rest of these shows by myself, which is fine, or whatever. What most people don't know is that before Leilani ever moved in with me, we were already becoming estranged.
Mm.
She's the one that brought us back together.
Wow.
It was 2015, my birthday.
Mm.
And we have that moment of, let's get it together. Let's try. Let's, my wife facilitated that.
Wow.
And then she was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
she wasn't even the wife at the time.
As a blended family, Jack and Julia, who are Leilani's kids, who are my children now, we did so many things all together. But remember, we're not married yet.
Mm.
Not married yet.
Hi, I'm Alex. I hate public speaking and never trained my voice.
I used to. Somewhere along the way, when we decided to get married, that's when things started to go sideways.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I could speculate. In my opinion,
if you had to speculate,
in my opinion, the narrative about me was that I wasn't capable of loving somebody. I wasn't capable of being a faithful husband. I wasn't, capable. And he'll never get married. Oh yeah, he can act like this. He can put this woman on his Instagram, but he won't get married. Well, now he's getting married. Well, he's not going to get married. He's not going to go through with it. Even so much so that, it's crazy. When I was out in the street, doing everything under the sun, because I lived my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah.
As a single man.
Yep.
No problems. No anything.
So
Nothing.
It wasn't until you actually started to transition into really being that faithful, that person that they weren't expecting for you to become, that then it started to create that environment or that problem.
Because I wouldn't have become that for them.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
He isn't capable of doing that, but it's obvious that I am.
But as long as you're in the streets.
Now, I want you to understand, now, he not lying. He not lying. How many of you brothers on child support or even wasn't on child support? Everything was cool as long as you was running around fucking every bitch. You was just having women here and there. You wasn't in no serious relationship. I want you to understand. That now as you get into a serious relationship, you have another baby, you get remarried or you get married, you're in a real relationship. Now all of a sudden, they want to go to court and put you on child support. Now they want to say, oh, yeah, he got more money. Now you want to see about a modification. Now all of a sudden, you want to alienate him from being around his children now. But as long as he was not serious, not in a relationship, just being a single man, then whoever he's dealing with, well, no problems. Now he get in a real relationship. Now he committed the ultimate sin. You can't make this shit up. So I know that ain't a lie. Because this is what these motherfuckers do all the time. That ain't a lie. D-Mac said that was me. Everything was all good as long as I'm messing around and just not being faithful. But as soon as I say, yeah, I'm in a relationship, I'm getting married, or I got another kid on the way. This is a real relationship. Now all of a sudden you want to go to court. Now all of a sudden you want more money. Now all of a sudden you want to keep me away from my kids. Now all of a sudden you want to cause havoc and bullshit like a baby mama tells, like they always do. So I believe that. It went until they got married and they see that they can't keep the narrative that, oh yeah, he's a playboy. Now he's a problem. Let's continue.
Long on the street is cool. It's cool.
Ain't
so
that
much so that even after a second marriage,
Who knows life?
she's been married again, right?
Yeah.
Still named McKnight.
Whoa.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's the culture that
Wait a minute. Hold on, pimp. You heard what he just said?
In which there's so much.
Hold on. Did you hear what he said? Let me let y'all hear that again.
As a single man.
Yep.
Oh.
No problems. No anything.
So
Nothing.
it wasn't until you actually started to transition into really being that faithful, that person that they weren't expecting for you to become, that then it started to create that environment or that problem.
Because I wouldn't have become that for them.
Oh, okay. I got what you're saying.
He isn't capable of doing that, but it's obvious that I am.
But as long as you're in the streets, it's
as long as I'm in
cool.
the street, it's cool. It's cool. So much so that even after a second marriage, you know, she's been married again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Still named McKnight. That's strange.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Julie McKnight, his ex-wife, was married again. I didn't know that. I never knew because she kept Brian McKnight's last name. So by you keeping that man's last name, I wouldn't think that she got remarried. He just said that she got remarried. So you married another man and you still kept Brian McKnight's last name? You can't make this shit up.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
And that man allowed it. He didn't say drop the last name. He was cool with it.
Shit.
Bro, y'all some simping forcers. Y'all some suck ass, goof ass, sucker ass tricks. You gonna marry a woman who got her ex last name, and you marry her, and you are not gonna have it where she drop her last name.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, okay. Shout out to Elbow dropping for the $2 donation. He said, hopefully Brian put a lien on everything she owns. I hope so too, because he did win that $8 million. Because she ain't got no $8 million. And he even admits that that wasn't the reason, because it ain't about the money, about putting out the truth. Yeah, put a lien on everything she got. Yes. See what I mean? I told y'all, if y'all ever deal with a woman and she has her husband's last name, ex-husband last name, whatnot, she's not over him. She's not over him. They come with the off-the-wall shit. Oh, I'm doing it because my kids got his last name and I don't want to leave him alone bullshit. They'll say, oh, well, I ain't married yet, so why change it and all that goof ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. Nigga, if you deal with a woman and y'all in a real relationship, now if y'all ain't no real relationship, then it don't matter, recreational uses only. But if you in a real relationship, you talking about getting married and she still got that nigga last name, she ain't over him. I don't give a fuck if you're a millionaire. I don't give a fuck if you're a superstar. I don't give a fuck if you're a basketball, rapper, athlete. She ain't over him. Fuck what you talking about. Shout out to my man Tim Howard V for the being a gifted 5 membership fee. And I definitely appreciate you, my brother. You can't make this shit up. She was married for a second time, worrying about what he's doing. We got Messy Miss Sean up in here. What's up, girl? Been a long time. She over there doing her thing on her page, calling out these motherfucking terrorists and all the other fuck shit that be going on. Subscribe to her channel, y'all. She definitely doing her thing over there. I've been looking. That's fucked up. And he said it like, you mad because I wasn't faithful to you. I wasn't a husband to you, but I'm being a husband to somebody else. Now you mad and now you want to be a baby mama Tez. And you married to somebody else. That dude, whoever married her, I don't know if she's still married, but whoever married her was a dumbass nigga. You turn around and married a woman who got a man's last name, and you married her, and she still kept his last name. Yeah, okay. So, oh man, sucker.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Let's continue.
That's the culture that we live in.
Fuck out of here.
In which there's so much decentering from men, but at the same time leveraging them to get what it is that you want from them.
Sucker.
That now, and I've seen it with a lot of other celebrities, to where the actual ex-wife continues to either have a career or create visibility from themselves by still attaching themselves to that person that they're no longer in a relationship with and haven't been in a relationship with for a long time. And so I don't think that that's singular to just you.
Right.
I think that that's the nature of women. It just is what it is.
It's so disrespectful.
It is.
It is what it is. So moving right along, we end up getting married.
Mm-hmm.
My best men are Jack and these 2 boys. all both, and I'm going to bequeath you this video so you can make it a part of this.
Yep.
Where they're happy, they're toasting. Leilani is thanking me for allowing her to love them as her own children as we have this family. And even the younger one saying, now we're a family.
I'm incredibly happy. I wouldn't want anyone else but you, Leilani. I'm so happy, no, honestly. I'm so happy to have you, Jack, Julia, and the rest of your family as a part of our family now. And I'm happy to be a part of yours. I know let's do this. And I'm gonna try to do this without crying, because I'm literally tearing up right now. Tonight's about love, guys. And that's really it. So I wanna lift my glass with all of you guys right now, everyone. If you got water, orange juice.
Now wait a minute. I thought Brian McKnight was lying. I thought y'all said Brian McKnight was lying about his kids liking Leilani and loving her. Out of all people, yeah, I'm glad it's you. Cheers and toasting and shit. You remember when I did the video some years ago when he said that they both was their best men at his wedding? They wanted to be there. And they said it was a lie. You know, they said it was lying and all that bullshit. And receipts. Okay. I'm from Cottage Grove. You know how I go.
Lean, whatever you got in there,
Yep.
Open it up. And we're going to toast to the fact that two people sealed the love that they have for each other. They invited us all to be here. Every one of us in this room.
Fast forward.
What is an SOP? So here's a misconception. A lot of people think an SOP is just a boring.
Years later, now I got to stop. So I missed something, and this is very, very important. I really need you to hear me on this one. On or about 2015, the oldest son has children of his own. Now, when he had the first one,
more than one.
When he had the first one, the woman that he had the children with went on, I think, welfare or something. Now, what I didn't know is when you get that assistance that you're accruing as the father.
Yeah.
You got to pay this back.
They're gonna come back and
they're gonna come back and get it.
Yeah.
His last address after I had moved them out of my house because I couldn't take the weed smoke and all that. But I told him, listen, here's an apartment. It's brand new. I'm gonna pay for it for a year while y'all get yourselves together. You are now 25 and 22. 24 and 21.
So you were still trying to help them to become the men that they were supposed to be.
Right.
Even though they were fully grown adults.
Fully grown adults. 24 and 21. Here's your place. Now all your friends come over there. Be creative. You have all these people staying with you. Have them pay some rent. $100 here, whatever you have to do while you guys can get your music off the ground. They had produced a record at my house. It was out. It was doing well. My whole team put them at the Roxy on Sunset.
Yep.
They start doing live gigs. Now 50 people showed up the first time. The second one, maybe 75, 100 people showed up. It's going too slow. They quit. Here's this apartment. I'm gonna pay for everything, but get your life together. Figure out what you're gonna do. You have this much time. A year passes. They still haven't done it. I said, okay, I'll do another year. Here's your second year.
So they 26 at this point and 27 years old at this point.
They're 26 and 23 by then, right? But we're getting married.
Yeah.
I'm leaving to go out of the country, and I get detained because they're looking for him.
Yeah.
And we have the same name.
Yep.
He now has two from that same girl. And Leilani and I and her mother, we had sat them down and said, listen, what are y'all going to do? You got to get together. Well, she says to me, well, he told me you were going to pay for everything.
As a grown man?
When the second one comes, he comes and tells me that he just happened to be over there and she raped him. And I'm like, what? What is happening? This is where we are now?
Yeah.
So we go ahead and get married in a fairy tale ceremony. I'm gonna give you all the video so you can see it. About 6 months later, the oldest calls me. He's like, listen, I don't have a place to stay. Can me and my new girlfriend come live with y'all for a while?
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't even the original girl?
No.
Wow.
As a father, I had to put my foot down because if I give in to this again, I said, no, you're going to have to figure this out. You're now 26, 27 years old. You got these 2 kids you're not taking care of.
Yeah.
You got this woman who now he has another baby with.
So he a 2-time baby daddy.
So he's got this, and it's not about the baby daddy.
And I'm just, that's
it's
just
about,
what it is.
you got to take care of your business. I'm not here to take care of, I got my own stuff I got to deal with.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
So I want y'all to understand that everything he just said, from them not doing the show because it was only 50 people, 40 people, and coming there saying, I need a place to stay, me and my girlfriend, entitlement. My pops will take care of that. He owe it to me. He rich, he got it, he gonna pay for it. Now, here's my question, Cal's gang. Why didn't he go to his mama house and ask, could he stay over there? Why he didn't take his baby mama, link card having ass, and go to his mama house? Because you know why? Ma, can me and my girlfriend stay there?
Shit.
Okay, well, she can't stay. Can I stay there, Ma?
Shit.
Yeah, I want y'all to understand, it's funny how he's the piece of shit because he, like, you 24 years old, you got 2 kids, your baby daddy, you got a kid with a bestseller on Link. She can't sell shit. She on Link and shit like that. And you got 2 kids with her. Now, you got to pay child support because she's on Link. You know how that go. And you run to him trying to stay at his crib. Welcome to the apartment that he had for you for the 2 years that he paid for. What happened? And why your mama ain't helping you get an apartment and pay your fucking rent? She getting $18,000 a month. See, this is what I want y'all to understand, Cal's gang. The majority of society is going to ride with the baby mama test regardless. But people with brains and sense and about what's right, they see it already for what's going on. These are grown-ass adults. These are not children. These are not kids. And because he didn't look out for him and his piece of shit-ass baby mama terrorist, now all of a sudden he abandoned his kids. He chooses other kids other than his kids and all this goof-ass shit. But you over there toasting about these same kids and this new mama that you said, hey, you the best. If it wasn't nobody else, glad it's you. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. But, of course, he just mad. Let's continue.
So now he's having to deal with things on his own.
Exactly.
And that's when, in 2019, when we decided to leave LA, he goes on his Instagram and tells everyone that he was abandoned, that I abandoned him and his brother. Abandoned.
Yeah. And let me say this. I just have to say this because I was having a conversation and a girl overheard, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Brian McKnight, and I want to get his perspective and his words. And the girl was like, no, because he abandoned his kid. And I'm like, wait a minute. You don't even know. You going based off of do you not want to hear it from all sides first before you come to this conclusion? But see, this is why guys are so bitter. And this is my opinion. I know I'm interviewing you, but this is my opinion. This is why guys are so bitter, because anybody can spin a narrative and then it completely, try to ruin your reputation that you've spent a lifetime building. And instead of us having these grown men hold themselves accountable and take care of their business and take care of their kids, now they basically are baby boy. It's baby boy. It's literally baby boy all over again. And it aggravates me because they've benefited from you, but haven't really lived up to any expectations whatsoever.
None.
That bothers me. It really does bother me. So he goes on Instagram and basically says all of this crazy stuff.
Yep. I'm in the air flying to Guam. I got a show.
Yeah.
I land and my phone blows up.
Yeah.
My wife is like, look at this. What is this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many times they showed up at her office after
crazy.
I told them no?
That's crazy.
And my wife gave them whatever they wanted out of her money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our money, but
yeah, I understand.
out of her money, because she felt a certain kind of way about what was going on, and she wanted to help them. She had offered them to get them jobs.
Yeah.
They didn't want to pass there's no way they were going to pass the drug test.
I don't think that they wanted jobs though. They just wanted to live off you.
Yeah,
You daddy,
I mean,
you got to take care of them for the rest of your life, apparently. So where does the clash happen between you and your ex-wife to where ultimately it leads to defamation?
Using the right weight matters. The body pod lets you easily understand what is the fastest.
When I told the truth about the origin of my songs, number one,
Mm-hmm.
I was doing an interview with a station in the city where she lives,
Okay.
telling people, you know, the truth about, you know, where these songs come from. And apparently either she was friends with the girl or whatever the case may be. She took offense to that because on the one hand, you want to say I was a horrible husband, but then at the same time, you want to say that I wrote all my songs about you.
Right. Right.
I don't know. And I told the story about the abortion and all that. So she got in her mind that she's going to go and write this book and has been putting out these excerpts. And I'm like, that's not how that happened.
But she's been collecting $18,000 a month from you for the entirety of that time.
Yeah.
That you guys weren't even together.
Nope.
That's insane.
But wait,
That's
she came back for more because remember when she got married a year before that was supposed to end.
Okay.
So it ended right then.
Right. So her getting married released you from the obligation of continuing to have to pay alimony.
Correct.
Okay.
And the child support too.
Does it?
Yeah, it was the stipulation that when
That
if she
if you
did,
get married,
that, yeah,
then okay.
that was the end of
Well,
that.
she
But by
must
that
have really
time,
loved that guy.
Yeah, I was hoping so.
Foregoing $18,000 a month.
I was hoping that was the case.
That's a heck of a lot of love.
But when that stopped, she then came back and got another $250 on top of that.
$250 what?
$250,000
No way, B.
for a publishing thing I
You
got.
fucking income fucking poop.
Seriously?
Yeah. But when she did that, I put in there, like, I'm gonna give you this money,
Mm-hmm.
but you can never, ever, 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 ever again come back again, ever. And I can document. I have all this documented.
Yeah, no, I understand.
You can never come back again. Do you know that last year she tried to come back again?
That's crazy.
And I swiftly had to send the letter back to Laura and say, did she not tell you about this?
You guys have been divorced for well over 20 years.
20 years.
So how does she continue to be able to come back to the well?
Well, she tried. And I think she may have been entitled to some of that money in 2013 or 14, whatever that was.
Right.
But that was the end of it.
Yeah.
That was the end. I gladly gave it. I'm like, will this get you, will this end this?
Yeah.
Did y'all hear that shit? So I want y'all to understand, she's remarried. She still has the last name of McKnight. She asked for, or ended up getting $250,000. And then he said just last year, she tried to get more money. Excuse me. More money. More money. I want y'all to hear this real clearly. I want y'all to understand that she's married now. And because she got married, she loses spousal support and the child support. So I guess she must have loved dude, but she didn't love him enough to change that last name. And now, just last year, he said that's 2024. And she's asking for more money after she just got $250,000. My question is, what the fuck did you do with all that money? $250,000. What did you do? Yeah, Brian is a good dude because I wouldn't agree to give a goddamn thing. Fuck you. But I guess he like, let me pay this bitch off. I don't want to deal with this bitch. If that's what it's going to take for you to leave me alone, finally, then go, no problem. Mind you, he married now and you trying to still get money.
It's always about money, Anton.
So then at some point you file a defamation lawsuit. What is that? What is that?
Well, we got to start sort of before that.
Okay.
So that post was in 2019. It's been 6 years of this nonsense.
Right.
Everything that I've just told you has been sitting on my page. And that's when I said that I disowned them, because you can't try to ruin my name.
Yeah.
Try to ruin everything that I built and then think you're going to inherit. I think people don't understand what these terms mean. And you, somebody who's created something, understands that when you die, someone is going to inherit.
Right.
You get to decide who those people or persons are going to be.
Correct.
Why in the world? And I see people say this all the time. There's nothing my children could do. I was like,
I disagree.
I disagree. You tried to tell people, because there are people who will say that there's nothing I can do. And that's fine. But just know you're doing it based on lies.
I think that they disagree too.
You're doing this based on lies.
I don't believe that they believe that.
That's what I did. I chose, and I've chosen who's going to inherit.
Right.
You can't try to ruin me and then think that you're going to inherit on top of that.
So is there any possibility of reconciling? Right. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, that they get their lives together and they take care of their business and responsibility, and then they apologize for some of these things. Do you ever see yourself ever coming back from that, or do you just want to completely wash your hands because it's almost like enough is enough?
The time has come and gone for that.
Yeah.
It's Black Friday at your local Ashley outlet. Discover unbeatable deals on furniture and accessories.
Yeah.
How would you know that someone is actually sincere?
Yeah. So is there any
My bad. I muted. My bad. Shout out to Tim Howard V for being a member of the circuit court for 50 months, man. That's a long time. Salute to you, my brother. Ahead of time. Salute. He says, fellas, proof it doesn't matter who you are. They are still the same, and the system still's right within there. They don't care about how much money. I told y'all that. No matter how much money y'all got, no matter how much fame, success you got, these baby mama tests all one the same. Same agenda, same step-by-step plan, same deadbeat and abuser and rapist and all this shit. And when you go to court, they treat you the same. Most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim Howard. Now, Brian McKnight just said he can't reconcile. Ain't no reconciliation. Ain't no getting back from this. It is what it is. He washed his hands, and ain't no opportunity to try to change things. Even if they say they sorry, even if they say they change and all that shit, I can't get mad at him for that. This is why I told y'all, if need be, wash your hands and move on. If you can come back and work things out, good, God bless you. But if you can't, fuck them. It is what it is. It is what it is. I told you, these baby mama terrorists don't love their children. The baby mama terrorists ain't even good enough to say, son, just play the role with him. Pretend like you care about him. Pretend like you love him. So if anything happened to him, at least he'll leave you something. That's how bad a baby mama terrorist is. They won't even tell the kid or the adult child, stop fucking around because he's the one with the money. Keep his good grace going. I know you don't give a fuck about him. Just play the role. No, Nah, they tell you to speak your mind and tell it what it is. And he said, she said what she said as shit. And then when he don't leave nothing, now all of a sudden, you know, motherfuckers singing the blues. Now motherfuckers doing the crime, man.
Bro, why the fuck would you guys do this shit to me? Bro, you can't have shit nice and easy. I swear to God, man, you can't have shit nice and easy. Ooh, why would y'all do this, bro? Why would y'all do this?
Now y'all crying a river and shit because he didn't leave you a dime, but you say he a piece of shit and he wrong for not leaving you. He's a piece of shit, daddy and shit, but you mad because he didn't leave your bitch ass nothing. That's a lot. That's I don't get it. That's what I say. You do not reward people for their bad behaviors, even if it's your kids. Shout out to Brian McKnight for sticking to his guns. Shout out to him.
Possibility of reconciling.
Shout out to Sam. What's up,
Let's
Sam?
say, for example, hypothetically, that they get they get their lives together and they take care of their business and responsibility, and then they apologize for some of these things. Do you ever see yourself ever coming back from that, or do you just want to completely wash your hands because it's almost like enough is enough?
The time has come and gone for that.
Yeah.
How would you know that someone is actually sincere?
Yeah.
If they've doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down, even as of today, the threats, death threats on my infant son, death threats on my wife, death threats on Jack, death threats on Julia.
Mm-hmm.
Those things don't go away. The damage that you have done has gone so far that there's no coming back from that.
That's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. So, okay. So now you got the judgment, right? How do you feel about this judgment that was ruled in your favor? I believe it was for $8 million.
So it's not about money. It's about what has been done to us.
Yeah.
What is that actually worth? She doesn't have $8 million.
Yeah.
But whatever she does have, as she continues to promote a book that's filled with lies,
yeah.
When we got it, it's just filled with yellow.
Mm-hmm.
That's how ridiculous. There's no dates. There's no times. It's so convoluted and confusing. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
People can sit back and they can judge me and do whatever they want to do, when all they really had to do was go on YouTube and click, and you can see, oh, there they are as adults singing together.
Well, people aren't going to do their research, right? That's it's too much work for people to do their research.
But it's funny. They can go on and write a lengthy comment.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Seems like to me it would be a whole lot easier, particularly with someone who...
The holidays are all about good company and good food with our gourmet dishes and
at least so beloved. It's funny to me when they say, oh, I was such a huge fan. Well, my actual fans were there.
Yeah.
And they saw, and they know that this has all been BS from the beginning.
Yeah. What's the future like for Brian McKnight? Because you've accomplished a lot.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, he talking about his future with that. I'm gonna play the last thing when it comes to his youngest son, Nico, passing away, and that'll be about it. Everything else, he's talking about, the music, the future, other people that talked about him that was celebrities. So he asked about the backlash of his youngest son, passing away, and then I'm gonna get back on the couch.
The saddest part of this is that the younger one ended up dying.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. How do you feel about that? Because a lot of people make a big deal about, if we just being transparent about, posts that you may make on the anniversary of the passing.
Yeah. God's timing. That was the day that the judge told us what the amount was.
Oh, okay. So it didn't have anything to do with...
Had nothing to do with that. But I will say this. I believe it's God's timing because Anton, he did not have to die.
Why do you say that?
When we talked, and we did talk to him, we talked to his wife. We got to go back. So earlier that year, that May, he's on the Shade Room. He's saying things like, oh, now remember, they've lied on me, but they continue to double down and triple down on the rhetoric. If my dad needed this, I wouldn't do this for him. He's dead to me, blah, blah, blah. Now we come to find out that 3 days after that's when he got diagnosed. They waited because he didn't have insurance. They waited 4 months to let us know.
After they found out that he was actually...
They waited 4 months.
Now, you heard what he said, right? Right after Nico, the one that passed away, said, my father's dead to me. 3 days later, he found out he had colon cancer, right? I want you to hear what he just said. He didn't have medical insurance. So why his mama ain't got medical insurance on him? See, I go back to the mother. He's dead to you, the father. So why your mama ain't got medical insurance on you? I'm just trying to understand. Now, he's grown. He got to have his own insurance. But then again, I think under Obama, he passed that law where you can stay on your parents' insurance until they're 25, 26 years old. So why you want on your mom's insurance?
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying. No insurance, but you go to a county hospital. So you go to the county hospital, but mind you, he the bad guy. But the mama ain't gotta do a shit for him. Well, let's continue.
So he could have,
according to all statistics, 91% of colon cancer diagnoses that are caught early are curable.
Right.
From the time he got diagnosed to the time we found out, because they didn't tell us. I had to find out from somebody else.
Right.
Then I heard from them.
So were you the last?
We were the last to find out.
Wow.
So once we found out, we sprung into action. What can we do? Can we get the scans? Can we do this? Can we do that? Anton, by this time, it was stage 4.
That's crazy.
Stage 4.
I almost didn't buy this NFL wallet, but when Black Friday hit and it was up to 42% off.
So you've lied on me.
Right.
You don't come to me. In my opinion, they martyred him so that they could keep this going.
That's deep. That's really deep.
That's what I truly believe.
Yeah.
Everybody's heard that voicemail. I will leave with you the messages that we sent. Leilani sent a message that said to his wife, you don't even have to tell him that it's us. We just want to help whatever we can do. And then they're like, well, he would have had to stay at your house and they wouldn't have been able to see him. I'm like, we never made that a stipulation. The facility that we found, that the only one that would allow him to come was closer to our house.
Right.
That's why we have an entire apartment downstairs with its own entrance. His wife wouldn't have to work. You can take care of him all day. Leilani wanted to take care of him. And his mother sent that message after we sent the message to him.
Shit. My bad. It was muted. Basically, what I was saying was y'all saw the last show when I talked about Brian McKnight. And he was celebrating the $8 million. Y'all heard that voicemail. She told him, Brian, you know me. You don't play around. Do not contact Nico again. Told Leilani the same thing. Do not contact my son. Y'all saw that. In the last video when I talked about it, that was the voicemail. And she said that was a lie, but that was her fucking voice. That kid died. Then you men, you fathers that's able to Why you think they do this ring around the rosy game? Why you think they turn around and kill their child when they find out you got custody? When they find out you got equal custody, now all of a sudden they want to jump off the building with their kids or throw the kids out the window, put them in suitcases and shit. You know, can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. That's what I'm saying, man. And I agree. I agree with all right. I agree with Brian McKnight. It's best just wash your hands and move on. It's done. What's done is done. It's definitely an unfortunate situation. I ain't gonna lie to you. The only thing I disagree with Brian about, but I did understand. The mama said, don't contact him. That's my son, all that shit. In my opinion, I think he should have contact Nico or his wife and say, hey, look, I can help y'all. All I do is this. His mama's talking shit, but I'm gonna ask you, you're a grown man. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to help you or not? That's the only thing I disagree with him, but I understand because I'm not finna help you and this baby mama Ted steady talking shit and I come around and she acting a fool, talking that bullshit. I'm not dealing with that. So I understand. I understand. Basically what I'm saying is these baby mama Teds would rather see their child die than the father help. They would rather see the child die than the father get custody. They would rather see the child die than you look good as a parent. Men, I want you to understand that. And I know motherfuckers gonna say that ain't true. You just a deadbeat. You don't want to be a father. Nah, you abandon your family and all that shit. I get it because that's the narrative you always wanted to go. But that's why I tell you,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
And I never will. So I want y'all to understand, I've been telling y'all this for years, that it does not matter when it comes to a white man, a black man, a man that's in the hood, a man in the suburbs, a man that's a Democrat, a man that's a Republican, a man that's a conservative, a man that's a liberal, a man that's a Muslim, a man that's a motherfucking Christian. When you're dealing with a baby mama terrorist and you go in that courtroom, we all treated the same. Money. What we gonna take from you this time? That's all. They don't give a damn about you being Brian McKnight. They don't give a damn about you being an Anton Daniels. They definitely don't give a fuck about a Mr. Palmer. Y'all need to understand this is what it is in the United States of America. Family court, gender bias laws amongst men, feminism, Me Too, all this fake ass bullshit is an agenda to destroy family units, destroy men, destroy sons, destroy our children with fathers. It's not about right or wrong. It's about what's going to benefit them, which is the government. And if it means for these baby mama Teds to reap the benefit off your ass and destroy you and your livelihood, then the government is winning. And they will always win. That's why nowadays men are like, fuck getting married, fuck having kids, and fuck you. And when you say that shit, oh, you wrong, you shouldn't be like that. Just like he wrong for saying, nah, I don't want no, we're going to leave it just like it is. Been too much going on. Fuck you and your apology. As far as I'm concerned, I agree with him. She want that boy gone. And if that means sacrificing him to keep my narrative going, then I'm going to go ahead and continue to do it. So let me finish the rest of this shit and I get the fuck out of here.
That's insane.
This is what happened. So and it gets worse. So she puts out the book in January. She's on an interview, I think in February, with Foxy 104.5, whatever, in Raleigh. They ask him how he's doing. She says he's healed. He's healing and he's doing fine. He's doing great. Now, I realize they blocked us all on social media. We don't know what's going on with them. The next thing we know, he's passed.
Wow.
That message that I played for everybody was 20 months before he passed away. That was not near the end. It was still when something could be done at the very least to make him more comfortable. But you see, they ran out there immediately and said, he never spoke to him. He didn't come to him. Here's all these messages on Twitter. I deactivated my Twitter 4 years ago, something like that. I don't know. They didn't tag me. Nobody could call. Everybody's got my number. So they could say, he didn't even, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Last I heard, you said he was doing great. These are the things that you're in this every day. You are, I call most of these people content reactors. You're an actual content creator.
I try to be.
Is no one interested in the truth? Is no one actually, we sit back and we look at this and we have to laugh at it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think that the world is kind of gone crazy.
Ain't nothing else to be said. That's basically where it ends. He talk about Ricky Smiley and Lamont Hill, some other stuff about them talking, giving him backlash. But basically, he just said that he didn't even know he died. He did not know. He didn't know. No one told him. But out on media, they said he didn't even show up for his son's deathbed. He said he didn't know nothing about it. The last time he saw her, his ex-wife, going there, she said he was doing great. See what I'm telling you? These baby mama tests will keep the narrative going anyway to destroy you. That's what I'm talking about. But guess what? Most people that are looking at this, that watch Anton shit, is going to sit back and say, why did you let him get him on the show? And he's a narcissist. He's still a deadbeat. He wouldn't even forgive his kid. Now, even though he put all that out there. And like I said, if the baby mama Ted feels some type of way about it, sue him for defamation then. If that's the case, if he lying on you on everything he said, the abortion to the motherfucking running back for more money a year ago, he turned around and he took the kids and still paying you child support. And, you didn't tell him about his son's death and all this shit. Y'all didn't talk to him. You didn't leave a voicemail that we all heard. I want you to go ahead and file defamation of character on Brian McKnight. And if she don't file no defamation of character, then that tells you right there. But I know most of you motherfuckers is going to say, it don't matter because I don't like him. He's a low-life deadbeat. He abandoned his children for somebody else's. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to the community.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
You can't make this shit up. So check this out. This is what she said. She reacted to it, and it looked weird. It's all weirdo to me, but I'm gonna let y'all see it anyway. This her reacting to Brian McKnight's interview. Right. This is what she had to say. Let me see if I go on her page. On that page. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it. I gotta see if I can find it. I'm gonna try to see if I can make it big. I might don't find it. I'll just use this right here. But this is what she had to say. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all, let me get to that. I gotta go to that one. That was her. She said, hi, family. Let me go to the one on that screen. Is this the one? Nope. This the one. Yes. So this was her response to this. For some reason, let me try it again. It ain't letting me connect to it all of a sudden. Let me see, get back to it. Now, I don't see it. All right, so let me try it again. Let me share it on the right one. All right, here we go. This motherfucker ain't oh, this motherfucker out here funny. All right.
The word for today is watch. Let me show you how to do it. Open, close. Open.
So all she had to say was shh and all that. You know, she ain't got nothing to say. Maybe she gonna sue him. I don't know. But she did go on. She did go on Anton's Instagram and basically said lies, and I screenshot it because when I went back on there to look at it again and try to find her, I didn't find it. I did not find her. So y'all check this out right quick. Because Anton posted and she commented. That's her Instagram page right there. Let me see if I can make it. I don't think I can make it bigger. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so this is what she said, right? She said his ability to lie with this amount of ease is truly diabolical. You know what I'm saying? And of course, a person who support her says, sis, this trend is disgustingly disturbing. Don't do it to yourself. Just ignore him and lawyer up. The fact that he will go on this podcast tour bashing you after losing your child is pure evil. That man is demonic. See, losing your child, not y'all child. This person says he's a narcissist. The person after him says, a dude says, we love you and we got your back. I responded and said, if he's lying, then why not sue for defamation? And I said, because you're a lying baby mama terrorist that is exposed. So basically, she called him a lie. He's lying. It ain't true. She said that. And this was on Anton's Instagram when he posted snippets. I want y'all to understand that these baby mama terrorists will ride this shit till the wheels fall off. These baby mama terrorists will ride this shit till they dead. Even on her deathbed, she's going to say Brian McKnight is a deadbeat low life. He's abusive and all these things. But yet, he beat your ass in that lawsuit. I want y'all to understand, man, that this can happen to any one of you. It don't matter about your money, status, religion, political ties. It don't matter. These court system job is to make money off your hurt, your pain, your suffering. And y'all saw what he said. He married her because his mama said so. She said she's going to get abortion, but she decided not to do it. And she had an abortion before he was in the mix. You can't make this shit up. He had an abortion before she was pregnant with his kid. And yes, baby mama terrorists will always ride with other baby mama terrorists. Feminism will always ride with baby mama terrorists because they baby mama terrorists too. And they always going to side with what benefits them also, even if it means side with the baby mama terrorists. It's all about. That's all it's about. But let me go back and let me put Julie's picture here. All that money she made and had and ain't got shit to show for. I don't get it. And they say she was singing shit too. She sang. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Let me see. I don't get it. But, you know, but this is the downfall of having kids with motherfuckers you don't want to be with, or not compatible, or trying to do it the right way. You know, you're trying to stick around and be a father because, you know, that's what you should do. But look at the end game. And you know what a dummy told me? A dumbass baby mama Terrace. She told me that, yeah, Brian win the 8 million, but she said that you can't take money with you. You can't take your success with you. When you dead and gone, you can't bring these things with you. And I asked, I said, so are you telling me that since I can't take money with me in my success, that I should be a low-life broke motherfucker since I can't take shit? So you telling me because I can't take with me, I shouldn't try to be successful. I shouldn't try to have a career. I shouldn't try to make the much money as I can, huh? I told you, these bitches say anything that sounds good.
You fucking income fucking poop.
See, they always come with that off the wall response, these dumbass toddler responses. Oh, you can't take money with you. Oh, you know that. And I'm like, so you saying I should be a low life bum and don't try to better myself? And because I can't take with me, I might as well be a low life, right? That's how they think. That's why they don't do nothing. They rather be a low life because they can't take it with them. They rather take from you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that right there. I told you cannot make this shit up with these terrorists, man. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Most likely I will be doing a live tomorrow. I'm back on my shit. I had to take care of a lot of things. Still taking care of some things. So, you know, but I'm back. But this is definitely an unfortunate situation because of this situation. A young grown child is deceased, and a father changed his middle name so he wouldn't have the same name as his first junior, and gave it to his youngest son. And you know, he ain't fucking with his oldest son no more. He ain't fucking with none of them. His daughter, he ain't fucking with the daughter no more. And you know, yeah, it's an unfortunate situation, but I want you to understand that's how deep and how fucked up these baby mama terrorists will let it go and let it keep going down that rabbit hole. They don't give a fuck about their kids. I'm just telling you, they don't. They don't. How you get married and still keep the nigga last name, another nigga last name, and your dumb ass still marry her? You actually dumb as fuck. This her, man. Put the boot emojis in this motherfucker. We finna boot this motherfucker out of here. Straight up, man. Put the boot emojis in here, man. It's a shame, but I told y'all, the truth of the matter is, it don't matter. It don't matter what he put out there, whether it's true or not. He always gonna be the deadbeat because she said so, and the manipulated kid said so. It don't matter. It don't matter. That part, that's the unfortunate situation. Most ain't gonna side with you. It don't matter. Yep, don't matter. So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I will be, like I said, most likely live tomorrow. We'll probably be talking about the woman that was beaten by them kids. She was jumped on, her son. You know, we're gonna probably talk about that. I got quite a bit I gotta catch up on, but that's one of the things I'm thinking about doing. So with that being said, man, take heed of this. If y'all want to watch the full video, watch Anton Daniel's shit. Certain things you need to check out. He talk about, you know, what you need to learn before getting married, stuff like that. Y'all check that out, man. Shout out to Anton for interviewing him, and I'm sure they mad at him for putting it out there. But, you know, Brian McKnight been put out his truth on his page. We covered this for 6 years. We covered it for 6 years. So, you know, Freckle Face artist said, I heard one of his sons from his first marriage ain't here anymore. Yeah, that's Nico, the youngest. Yep. So appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good holiday and all that if y'all celebrate the shit. I'm Mr. Palmer. And this conversation is over. Fuck these baby mama terrorists. Peace. Hell no, I don't want no motherfucking sex. I'm Mr. Palmer, bitch. I don't do that sucker shit. Better have my motherfucking money. Okay. What I don't understand, how you be so strong and be so independent and be fun. Bitch. You got help from government daddy and you get the loans. Yeah, you have the patience, so you need to get going. You have to pay your fucking rent for a whole 9 damn months. Hell no. Yeah, my crib I'm smelling and nasty from trash and blood. Oh, hell no. Fuck this, get the fuck out. Fuck you being homeless. So yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yo, get the big, yo, yo, in the big, your ass about to get double. Something you want to come at me 10 years later talking about you in love with me? You got a luggage and you think I'm gonna carry that shit? Hell no, I don't want your funky ass. You better go on eBay. Shit. I wanted you to be mine, but I was never your type.
who has swear I knew we were a better fit. Ooh. But you rather deal with a broke ass. How could you kick me to the curb when he treats you like trash? 10 years later, here you come saying you're in love with me. When 6 kids getting handouts from government daddy. So move out of my way. You better run, nigga. I don't want you want princess. You baby mama terrorist. I'm telling you, hey, oh, you just don't want. I don't want you at all. Better find you a Tyrone. You better get gone because I don't want you. You got hit the wall. I don't want you anymore. You are crazy. You baby mama terrorist. I'm telling you, hey, you got hit the wall. I don't want you anymore. You a Tyrone. You better keep going because I don't want you.